So, what are you writing there?
None of your business.
Sorry, I only asked.
I was joking, sir. My late mum always told me be friendly and funny to all the people you meet.
Yeah, very funny.
Stop making fun of me.
I'm sorry,
I was just taking the mickey out of you.
Stop it.
Okay, I see. You're not a humorous person.
Yes, I am. I can be extremely funny. Why did the blonde climb up a glass wall? There was someone outside the door who told me that joke. Don't you think that kind of joke is cruel? Well, let's change the subject. There's not much going on today, is there?
You're right. It's because Revolution Software is holding a public launch of their new computer game. It's called Broken Sword. Do you know it?
I don't, and to be honest, it doesn't really sound that great. I don't think it'll be a success. In a few weeks, no one will be talking about it anymore. Do you know anything about the Templars?
Only a little. They were a pop group that made quite a splash in the 60s, you know. The ones with the mop-top hairdos.
I think the group you're talking about were the Beatles. The Templars are some sort of chivalric order whose descendants tried to take over the world recently. You don't believe me, do you?
Not really, sir.
Well, thanks anyway. Bye.
Bye!
I'm not old-fashioned, but I prefer more plain calendars. Without these awful pictures that completely destroy the mood. My mood, at least. No way, I'm not taking it. Who knows, might be useful. A small red rubber ball. Nope. I haven't read a book not dealing with the Templars in a while. Excuse me.
Yes?
My name is Stobart. George Stobart.
Hi. My name's David.
Hi, David. Does the word Templar ring any bells?
Sorry, I don't know anything about that. I'm studying animal science, and it's nothing about animals, is it?
Actually, it kind of is. A weasel and a gorilla are working for them.
A weasel and a gorilla? How?
That's a long story.
I see. Unfortunately, I'm in a bit of a rush with this. I have to hand in my essay next Monday, and I haven't even half finished.
Cheer up. I'm sure you'll make it.
Thanks. I wish I had your confidence.
Do you know if the librarian's always so strange?
You mean Mrs. Leroy? Not always. She's just having a bad day today. Her computer, the one she watches over like her own child, has already crashed twice today. It's made her a little jumpy. Now she has to catch up on an incredible amount of work, which explains why she's literally bludgeoning her keyboard.
Why did her computer crash?
Because some electrical cable in the basement doesn't work properly. It takes at least an hour until that can be repaired. And now, poor Miss Leroy has to do all the work by herself.
Don't you have a janitor?
The caretaker is at a presentation, something about a computer game.
I see. Listen, David, can you tell me where I find the fuse box in the basement?
What do you want to do there?
Things.
Well, down the stairs, second door to the right, then left and down the corridor.
Thanks, I wouldn't have found it by myself. Now I know where to go in the basement. It says York United. I'm not going to clean up. Damn, it's stuck. I can't open it with my bare hands. This should work. There's something written on it. In case of emergency, press the 3 buttons in the correct order. Electrical current will be disconnected. Damn, I don't know the right order. I'm not going... It says you... Mrs. Leroy leaves her desk. Let's see. Here's the card index. Manish, Marworth, McKinsley. Aha! There it is! McGlaw, Rangersfield Hall. Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this. Somehow, I feel nervous.
How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Stobart, George Stobart. I have an appointment with Mr. McGlaw.
Strange. He didn't tell me about it. Besides, he has a visitor right now.
It's really important.
Okay, come in. I'll show you the way.
Thanks.
Mr. McLough's room is at the end of the northwest passage.
It must be cold up there in the Arctic region. Thanks very much. Wow, what am I supposed to say?
Without the seal, we won't have a chance.
That could cause problems.
And you think this American knows something?
Definitely, he's real nosy.
If you're right, we'll get all the necessary information about the order.
How will we catch him, Jimmy?
I've had 2 of my best men take care. They should be here soon.
Even though I can't stand the man, we did agree that you wouldn't hurt him. You only want his information.
Sure, that's what I said.
Could I use your toilet, please?
Of course, It's just down the corridor.
George!
Andre, you sneaky traitor!
It's not what you think. They only want to talk to you.
Oh no!
Mr. Stobart, we'll talk to you later. In the meantime, you can get familiar with your new roommate. If you aren't familiar already, that is.
Who are you? Ah!
You seem surprised, Mr. Stobart.
How did you...
You're not the only one who can play tricks.
But I saw you lying dead on the floor of the train compartment.
Immediately before I got on the train to Bannockburn, I put on a bulletproof vest. After all, unlike you, I knew what was ahead of us and who we would encounter along the way. A blood cartridge was an incredibly useful means to feign my own death.
And how did you escape?
That's a very long story.
I have followed George to England. I haven't heard from him since his arrival in York. That's not like him at all. I'm really worried. There's something in my bag, but the usual items carried by any woman, and a phone number. Jimmy McClough?
Who's speaking, please?
My name is Nicole Collard. I'm a TV journalist with the French channel Canal 1. We were thinking about airing an extensive portrait of you, which would include an interview. After all, you're one of the most renowned historians of our time.
It sounds really tempting, but I think I'm going to have to turn you down.
That would be a great pity. We're one of the most successful channels in Europe. Our ratings are very high, which would guarantee that your portrait would find a great audience. You would be able to tell generations of people about your views on some of the most historic events. I mean, you're one of the very few allowed to oversee the preparations for the first moon landing. You were able to follow Armstrong, Aldrin, and the others during their training for the mission. It would be a shame if the public were denied these unique insights.
I must admit that you've done your research well.
Thanks.
Under the circumstances, I'd be happy to meet you here at my house sometime.
This may sound a little forward, but how about conducting the interview today?
Today, you TV people move awfully quickly, don't you?
That's our trademark.
Very well then. I'll be at my house at 2 o'clock. For reasons of security, I can't tell you my address over the phone. But you can meet me secretary at the History Museum. She's leading a tour for a group of children there. I'll phone her and tell her you're coming. She'll bring you here. I'm sorry that I have to make it